beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for July. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but you will be pleased to hear that this month will be a calmer month in terms of planetary alignments, which gives us all the opportunity to breathe, slow down, focus on you, your home life, your family, or your soul tribe, and really take the time you need to reevaluate. July is a month to detox any part of your life that has become overwhelming or toxic. So for example, if you found yourself being a little bit more negative than usual, then you'll dig deeper this month in order to identify a trigger, in order to dissect it and dissolve it so it no longer has power over you. Or if you tend to take on more in your schedule than you should, and you find yourself burnt out, no time for you and resentful, then you'll be taking back your power this month to connect to things that really make you happy and fulfilled. Now, there's always challenges in life. It takes us to the next level of consciousness, of course, and we will see Venus and Uranus clashing, which will cause like unexpected U-turns in terms of world events or governmental policies. And in terms of a personal level, if you're in a relationship, there could be a strain on a relationship where there's a little bit more tension or arguments than usual. Doesn't mean it's going to break up a relationship. It just can mean that you're feeling a little bit more grouchy than usual. It will affect the collective, of course. Also, doesn't have to extend to just your love relationships. It could also be like family members. So just watch out that people may be a little bit more grouchy than usual as we move through the end of the month. Now, there is a positive upside to this energy, of course. You may feel a little bit disconnected. That's not a positive angle for this energy, of course, but it does give us all an opportunity to pause, reevaluate, reflect and tweak your plans just to make sure that they're perfect. So when the energy passes, that you can proceed and things are a little bit more smooth running again. Okay. They want me to go one more. Okay, there we go. So we do have a wonderful buck moon that occurs. It's a full moon, a full super moon, should I say. It occurs on the 3rd of July and it signifies the peak of the year. It's a powerful time for abundance, manifestation, building on anything that you've already started working on, and of course your own personal strength. Now, it can open windows of opportunity for you, as well as influencing you to approach things in a new way. If you've had certain routines already in place, set in your life, you may approach them or find a new way of living. You can also really change the way that you operate in life regarding your sleeping patterns, eating habits, exercise routines, so that you are working on optimum energy as well. Now, it is a supermoon, so the effects of it will be stronger than usual. So you may feel a little bit drained at first, but then you get this super recharge of your batteries. It's really interesting that you've got windows. I even picked up an energy of a new window, like windows of opportunity. And your first card is the Cosmos, and there's a big old window there. And I think one of your cards there, open window. That's it. We got open window there for you as well. So windows tend to be portals to opportunity. So I do feel that you're going to gain some guidance on something, gain clarity, really see things as they truly are, and be able to move forward on either a new project or a new way of doing something. There's another window there for you as well. So very positive energy that's coming through already for your monthly reading. Now, just to make you aware, Saturn is currently retrograding and it's in the sign of Pisces. So you may feel it a little bit more than usual. Basically, you're going to be super honest with yourself. If you've been running away from anything, if you've been meaning to make a change but just haven't had the time, then this month you're going to get really clear on it and you're going to initiate change. Look at that, the Knight of Wands. So you're going to move forward rapidly towards your goals and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. But I definitely get this sense of you desiring a new adventure or some sort of new energy, maybe new people, new experiences, spontaneity, a little bit more fun, and you're making major changes. You got the Death card twice in your reading. Now, Saturn, whilst it's in retrograde in your sign, on a personal level, there is karmic retribution. So if you've been working really hard to accomplish something, your efforts will pay off and you'll have major breakthroughs this month. Also, if equally you have been less than your best self, then you may learn some harsh lessons in certain areas where you have perhaps not been acting in your highest regard. On a global scale, we will continue to see exposés of like documents, governmental protocols, healthcare systems, because Pisces actually rules the government and healthcare systems. That's where we will see the hidden come to light, okay? We'll see that right up until the end of November. That's when it shifts back. Now, also, I've already mentioned that we will see like challenges towards like government structures already in place. You'll see like I don't want to say an uprising, but you will see challenges to the norm or the status quo. And I mentioned that last month. That's the energy that's definitely coming through. And you're starting to see it in certain countries that perhaps you thought you would never see those like uprisings. So I definitely see that there is major changes occurring and shifting in certain areas in the world. And that is influenced by Saturn, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. But we do have Saturn going direct in November, so there will be a restore of order in these areas going forward. So I just thought I'd let you know planetary alignments, because they do have some impact on the way that we actually govern our lives, but at the same time governmental influences as well. Now, your 11th house of hopes and wishes is actually influencing you this month on a personal level. So this is a perfect time for you to write a list of things that you really desire to achieve. Also, you may feel a little bit more sociable than usual. You may connect to your social networks, networking for business, things like that, but also the internet. So if you're thinking about setting up like an online business, or you need the internet, which most people do, in order to work or get their projects sorted, you'll actually see it benefits you this month highly. And if you're setting up your own stream of income or becoming an entrepreneur, I definitely see things being very, very lucrative for you as well. Now, your 5th house, the pursuit of pleasure, takes over mid-month. So that's when you get to be a little bit more creative, or you approach things in a bit more of a unique way. Also, you'll desire to get out there, let your hair down, connect to friends that you haven't seen for a while, maybe even join courses of learning so that you can upskill, or even romance. So if you are lacking in the romance department, you may feel compelled to get out there or put yourself in an arena to meet love, whether it's at a group setting, a learning course, or a hobby, or even just putting yourself on a dating website. I definitely see that there is change happening in your love life there as well, okay? Now, of course, if you're in a relationship already, you'll be deepening your commitment to your person, but there may be some, especially at the end of the month, there may be some strains or, like mini arguments just because of the planetary alignments. So I just feel that occurring for the collective. Now, your first card here is the Cosmos, and this really connects to, your otherworldly desires, your dreams, your goals. It really connects to the World card on a larger scale, shall we say, because it's more about you being in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity. You're being given like divine timing. The window of opportunity is now. This month is perfect for your goals, you reaching your goals, something that perhaps you've been in training for, whether you're at college or whether you've been, going back to school or college in some way, perhaps even something that you've been working hard towards but you found challenging. Now is your time where there is action and change and success. There's also financial reward here for you, so I definitely see you attracting more wealth into your life. Your stamina and your knowledge is getting you to where you need to go. You need to have a little bit more faith in yourself, because sometimes you may doubt yourself a little bit. But I feel with the Cosmos energy that you're about to staircase in your life. The only way is up for you, but you may be contemplating a path to take. Now, I feel like there's a couple of opportunities this month for change, but there's one, I feel like there's something here with a deadline, okay? And it's going to be very exciting when it comes through for you. Now, I'm not really sure what that is. It could be business related. It could be a personal development. Perhaps you put yourself on a course and there's a certain deadline, or you're going to be doing it on a certain day or date. So I'm not really sure what that is. And they're actually showing me 0808 in the water right now. So, I mean, it could correspond with that number in some way. I mean, 0808, that is Lionsgate portal. Okay, so that's obviously when we move into August. So perhaps there's something that's extending into August that's important for you. It's going to be very exciting, very successful. You're going to really enjoy it, and you're going to be really proud of yourself, whatever this is. But it could also be like, for example, you're meeting a new client, or you're meeting a new person, maybe even love, and the last digits of their cell phone are 0808, or you meet them at a building that is 0808. I mean, the number itself, the numerical synchronicity of it, it connects to achievement, movement forward, progress, success, and wealth. And because you've got the Ten of Pentacles at the end of your chart for the month of July, it really indicates that you are attracting more money into your life. You're being very enterprising, and you have the ability to attract abundance right now, especially since your 11th house of hopes and wishes, that connects to, manifestation and the law of attraction. So I definitely see that you are attracting something into your sphere at the moment. The World card really is you contemplating your place in the universe, okay? Well, that's the Cosmos card is you contemplating your life right now and the choices that you've made and where it's led you to and where you want to go long term. So I definitely see that some of you are like, you may have become a little bit stuck in a situation in some way, and you're trying to liberate yourself or trying to change things so that things become a little bit more exciting. With the Knight of Wands here, I definitely get this desire for new adventures. You're being really innovative at this time, so lots of wonderful ideas this month that will germinate into something very exciting and successful long term. This is a card of being unstoppable in your desires and being led by your passions. So a very exciting month for you to move forward creatively and trust in your visions, that they have value and that you can manifest whatever it is you desire in many, many forms, but you must take action. So it's literally like as soon as you take action, the universe will take 10 steps towards you for that one step that you've taken towards your dreams or your goals. And I definitely see the outcome being very rewarding for you. The Knight of Wands also indicates that you may be a little bit more explorative this month with ideas or approaching things in different ways. You have a brilliant mind, and there's a spark of energy this month where you're encouraged to explore everything that's available to you. The variety is the spice of life, of course. Some of you may also be traveling at a distance, or things are picking up pace for you. Oh, I'm getting a song right now as well. Now this song has, I think, come up in the readings before, maybe even in like 2020. It's We're All Going on a Summer Holiday. I think it says, it went really muffled there, and it says something about a week or two. For a week or two, perhaps it said that. Okay, I think it was Cliff Richard who sings that song. That's the energy that I'm getting. Cliff Richard sings that song. So maybe with the Knight of Wands there, some of you are really looking forward to having a vacation or a holiday, or you're working towards that. You're saving for that, perhaps. Because I definitely see here that you may have been pulled in many different directions recently, and you definitely need a break, okay? I get a sense of you feeling like something needs to change, okay? Also, I really get this desire to find more excitement in life, because you may have felt that things have got a little bit stagnant in a repetitive routine in some way. And I feel like you're being bold to approach things in a new way. So even if you're staying where you are, right, in your neighborhood or in your work, your environment, I feel like you're approaching it in a different way. Like perhaps you're going to explore a new cafe or restaurant across town, or you may take a different route into work, or perhaps try out a different coffee store, maybe even like join the community, or in some way connect to like a communal event, or do something creative. I really feel this month you have a lot of creative expectations where you can't wait to get moving on something, is what I'm feeling. And there's major change here as well. Some of you may even think about relocating, but you're wondering where it is you feel like you belong, or where it feels like home for you. And I feel you're doing a lot of research this month as well. I get this sense of researching the changes before you implement them. So it's almost like you're looking before you leap, but I do see you taking that leap of faith here. We do have the Five of Wands, so some of you may be in training for something. I mean, you could be like training for a test. Could be a test at college. It could be that you're about to pass. They just gave me pass the bar, so some of you may be going into law in some way. Also, some of you may be like taking like a driving test or an exam of some sorts. I definitely see that you're going to be very successful. You've got a lot of smarts. You're very intelligent. I feel like you're being organized this month, and I feel like you're going to get a job well done. Some of you may already have taken that test or that exam, and you're wondering how you did. You may be checking every day to see if there's results coming on in, but I feel that you are in a prime position. You have a lot of intelligence. You're really good at what you do, and it puts you in a very good, powerful position. I feel like you get a great victory in this, whatever it is that you're connecting to. There's like an award, or perhaps even a bursary that is connected to it as well. Now, the Five of Wands can be about creative brainstorming. How can you do things differently? How can you approach things that you normally do so that they feel more fresh or exciting? Some of you may have lots of wonderful ideas that are very creative, and you're wondering how to put them in place this month. I do feel like your brain is going to be like sparking this month with lots of wonderful things that you could be doing, but it requires focus. So you may have lots of like wonderful ideas and lots of fingers in many, many pies, but it's important for you to focus on one thing at a time. Otherwise, you'll be a little bit scattered, okay? Now, the Five of Wands, you know, some people read it as, you know, tension, rivalry, for example. If you do have any competition this month, I definitely see you being head and shoulders above the competition. So if you're in a career environment and you're staircasing, you want to go for a promotion or a raise, there's definitely one available to you. I see you stepping into a leadership position. Some of you may even think about setting up your own stream of income or becoming an entrepreneur. or you've got a business idea that perhaps you haven't implemented just yet and you're in the research phase or the strategy phase. I definitely seeing it being very lucrative, and it will be far reaching. I see international links here. So it could be something that's on a social media platform. Perhaps you're setting up like an app, or you're actually on YouTube. Whatever it is, I definitely see that you will have far reaching potential where you reach a lot of people, and it will be very financially lucrative for you as well long term. But whatever you've been struggling with recently, I definitely see a sense of the universe stepping in to give you a window of opportunity for change so that you can reach a higher level than ever before. On a personal level, some of you may have felt that your energy levels have been very, very low, and you may be looking at the things that you surround yourself with, the people, the experiences, but also the food substances. And what I'm picking up here in the resistance position is news channels. Okay, I don't normally pick up that energy, but I'm picking up news channels here. So if you tend to be someone who, looks at a lot of news channels, I mean, it's important to be informed, of course, but if you are constantly bombarded with, news about negative things that are going on around the world, especially before bed, because we've got the Nine of Swords here, I feel it is in some way impeding on your sleep, okay, or the quality of your sleep. So I definitely see with the Death card there that you're cutting out, like looking at anything negative before bedtime, or, if, for example, there's someone that you are curious about, shall we say, or interested in, or have a crush on, and you're searching their profile, or, keeping an eye on them, I feel like you're trying not to do it before bed because it's actually preventing you from sleeping. It's not giving you a good quality of sleep. So that's what's coming up there briefly. So just watch out for that. Now, with the Death card in the resistance position, it's like you got it in the reverse. So some area of your life right now, you're feeling a little bit stuck, or you feel there's no mobility. You may feel that things have got a little bit stagnant, and for some of you, I mean, the Death card in the reverse position can also indicate that you're obsessively researching something, or something's on your mind right now and it's causing you some sort of grief or worry, okay? And I feel like you're changing your approach, or you're trying to take more command of your thoughts so that they do not rule your emotions. So you're trying to find a little bit more peace of mind or mindfulness this month so that you lower your anxiety levels and manage your stress levels is what's coming through here as well. Also with the Death card, because it's in this resistance position, by the end of the month it's in the upright, which means you are really cutting out old patterns or breaking old habits, things that perhaps have been holding you back, or in some way negative influences in your life. You're cutting them out so that you can open yourself up to greater opportunities and experiences that enhance your journey and bring more fun and enjoyment in. It's almost like you're cutting out any dead wood in your life. That could be friendships, relationships, could even be toxic work environments, or even toxic neighborhoods, whatever it is. Even if it's like, you're living in an apartment with a flatmate and everything was going really well, and then they started going a bit weird. You may decide to actually leave that space or research for somewhere else to live so that you can bring a little bit more peace of mind into your life. Now, some of you, and I'm giving you a huge hug out there. I feel it right now. Excuse me. I do apologize. This wave of emotion just hit me, and it just hit me in my throat chakra. It's something that's hard to speak about. I feel for some of you, not all of you, I'm picking up on about 23% of my beautiful Pisces out there who have experienced some level of grief recently. There may have been a bereavement, and some of you may even have lost your voice because of it. But it feels like there's something that has been maybe not unspeakable, but as soon as I went to tap into that energy, it really took my breath away and took my voice straight away. So with it being the Death card, I'm really picking up on a wave of grief. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you've been going through a bereavement, especially since we got the Page of Swords there, and we have the Nine of Swords. This person watches over you, okay? I mean, that's not really a comfort. There are no words that can actually comfort you in this situation. I can only send so much love. And if I was there in person, I would just scoot you up and we just hold each other and hug it out. But what I'm being given here is a sign of a rainbow, okay? They're indicating that this person is going to try and send you like symbols, signs, messages, letting you know that they're around. But one of them is a rainbow, okay? And rainbows, of course, are rare, but I feel like you will see rainbow imagery everywhere you go, okay? And it represents, although it's a sad time because, you know, in order to have a rainbow, there is rain and there is sun. It's like, even though it's a sad time, this person wants you to be happy. Okay, and I know that's a difficult message to receive or hear, but that's coming through there. But this person, they watch over you and you will know or you feel their presence. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love out there as well. So some of you may have been trying to really channel your energy into other things, into your projects, because you've had something difficult that you've been experiencing on a personal level right now. For some of you, it may not be bereavement. It may be that you've gone through a separation or something has ended for you that was a little bit difficult. With the Page of Swords, you may be dissecting it at this time. I mean, it could even be that you experienced someone who was very immature in their energy, or you had some sort of bad news. I mean, not all of you, but some of you, it could have been a bad, you know, legal news or some sort of tax news. Maybe a tax bill is higher than you expected. But whatever bad news it is that you have experienced or have heard recently, with the Nine of Swords being in this position, it indicates that you'll get through this and that you will recover from this and that you will move on from this. Rest, I definitely see that any difficulty will pass, okay? And in the future, there is a brighter future to look forward to. This is the future outcome, and it looks really positive. You may be reflective over the difficulties that you've been experiencing, but this change will actually put you in a really good position long term, okay? Now, the Nine of Swords in this position also does indicate that there has been some sort of worry, okay? Some sleepless nights, perhaps. Maybe some of you are worried that time is ticking by and that perhaps you feel like you have got a lot that you want to achieve and you feel there's never enough time in the day and you're exhausted. But I feel this month you're going to get a little bit more organized than usual, and you're going to be completely in the flow of doing. There's a lot of projects on. I definitely see you being very productive this month, and I feel you're going to be very successful in your endeavors, and actually you're going to be really proud of the efforts that you make because they're going to pay off. Make sure you leave a little bit of self-care time because that's also very important. We do have the High Priestess here. Now, the High Priestess is a card of connecting to your spirituality, to gain enlightenment and wisdom in some area of your life. This card is really about being in between, you know, the in-between worlds. And this really connects to that sense of disconnectedness right at the end of the month that I mentioned earlier. But this will give you an opportunity to really reflect on your life and make some changes that will be very positive. You may be going inwards to listen to your own feelings. Some of you may even develop your spiritual gifts this month. There is a sense of serenity about you in this sort of like in-betweenness. I can't really describe it any other way. Some of you may have even felt a little bit in limbo recently, and you're really trying to contemplate your path and make a decision on what is the next step for you. But July, I see you charging forward, being this unstoppable force, getting stuff done, being super excited and, you know, really motivated to get stuff done. And it's going to be so rewarding for you as well. Now, also with the High Priestess, some of you may not be talking about some of your endeavors. You may be keeping it to yourself, working hard in silence. And these changes will put you, as I said, in a very powerful position of changing your circumstances for the better, especially financially. I definitely see some of you are being a financial pro at your acquisitions and financial dealings. You may be thinking about pensions, savings plans. I see long-term energy here where you're thinking about investing or being a legacy. It's really interesting. I also wrote down something because my guide just whispered in my ear, collecting coins. And when I was doing a meditation, I do like a 10-minute meditation before your reading. In the meditation, I'm scrying at the same time, and they gave me collecting coins to the point where I wrote it down. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I wrote it down here. And the reason it's relevant is because your final card is the Ten of Pentacles, okay? I hope you can see that. Collecting coins. Sorry, my writing is atrocious. Collecting coins. So either you are actually a keen coin collector or you will start collecting coins, but I feel like you are attracting abundance. Some of you may be even like either collecting rare coins, or you find a rare coin, or you're actually being able to, if you've got like a savings, I mean, of course you've got a bank account, but it could be that you've got like a piggy bank or something like that, and you're being able to save a lot of physical change. So I definitely see you're attracting wealth this month. That's highly like relevant or prevalent in your energy for this month. I just see lots of money and it being on your mind. Now, also the High Priestess, I'm getting a sense of something that you've been praying for is being delivered. Okay, and it's going to really like blow your mind. It's almost like, I don't know if you saw that, the lights just changed. Okay, I just get a sense that it's an awakening of how the universe works. You're going to be like in awe of the way something that you've been praying for just works out, because it works out in a really unusual way that shows you that there's something other, there's more to life than what we just see. I know that sounds really like out there and very sort of philosophical, but I feel that's the energy of July for you, where you're starting to contemplate or ponder a little bit more the philosophical law of the universe and how the law of attraction works for you, because it's going to work for you in a very remarkable way that can only be described as like a miracle. So for example, many years ago, I didn't have any money, and I basically was not sure how I was going to feed myself that day. And I was like, dear universe, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to eat today. And, you know, I just was like, just give me a sign of how I can help myself. You know, I wasn't asking for charity. I wasn't asking for anything, but I was like, how can I help myself? And I kid you not, I walked about 2 or 3 paces and I found like some money on the floor. And I was like, what? Someone had dropped like $5 on the floor. And I was like, what? And I looked around, there was no one else around me. And I thought, that is remarkable. That can only be described as a miracle in that moment. And I could go and get myself like a sandwich and something to drink back then, not now. Now I'd have to like have like, you know, a couple of $100. No, I'm joking. Because everything's so expensive. But many years ago, I was like, and it was within a matter of like seconds that my prayers were answered. And I feel this month for you, there's going to be something really magical that takes place that you're like, oh my gosh, that is like, it's almost like no one would believe me unless they were there. That sort of energy that's coming through. And of course, you know, no one was there at the time for me either, but it really instilled my sense of like, wow, there is a law of connectedness and a law of attraction where I was like, dear universe, is there something I can do to help myself in this moment? Please show me the way. You know, I'm hungry. I really need in this moment. And it showed up. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example of that. With the Death card here, I really get a sense that there is major change occurring, and you're shifting your awareness of your potential power for change. a change of the mindset is as good as a physical change in your life. And I feel like you are changing your mindset to be a little bit more excited about what life can offer for you. This is quite a deep reading for you. They're also showing me right now, okay, they're giving me two monuments. One is the Eiffel Tower, and the other one is the Statue of Liberty. They're giving me two monuments, okay? So I'm not really sure what that means. It could be that you're traveling, or perhaps you're thinking about going into a career that travels, or into tourism in some way. I mean, the Eiffel Tower, I get a sense of unease there, okay, when I'm looking at that image. So, I mean, it's a tower, so perhaps that's what it represents. I mean, yeah, I'm getting a real sense of unease. And there may, for example, if you've got like a plan to visit France, maybe you may delay it, or it may be delayed, or they're giving me two words: disruptive energy, okay? So perhaps there's something that will delay your plans or disrupt your plans briefly. And you may, like, for example, if you're due to go to Paris and you decide to change your mind, you may go to New York instead. Statue of Liberty. I mean, Statue of Liberty represents liberty, freedom of speech. So, fighting for what is right. So I'm really not sure how to decode that energy. I can only give you the images that I see, and I'll always be honest and say, look, those images are showing up for you right now. They may mean something to you right now. They may mean nothing to you right now, but they may mean something in the next couple of weeks. All I can give you is this sense of unease that goes with the tower, or well, it's definitely the Eiffel Tower there, and I get a sense of bravery with the Statue of Liberty energy. So I can only give you that. I'll pass on from that energy because I don't even know what it means or what they're giving it to me right now. Now, the Death card signifies something big is ending in your life, okay? But it's almost like you've willed it to be this way. I feel you want it to work out this way. So these changes are working for you and not against you. This is also about, becoming... It's almost like breaking a cycle of feeling stuck. You're moving forward. You're not allowing anything to hold you back or derail you this month. And I really feel a sense of new beginnings, new transitions, approaching things in new ways. My guides are also giving me that 0808 also means new change or new beginnings. So that also may be relevant. You may see 808 everywhere you go, so just look out for that as well. It could also be an indication of a time when you'll get some really good news, because I do feel like there is some positive news headed in your direction. Now also, and I'm just picking up on this briefly, so this may not resonate for everyone, there may be someone in your energetic sphere in the month of July who's very, very stubborn, who tries to create some sort of drama or tries to bulldoze you and your ideas or your dealings. I'm not really sure how to put that. They may try to override you in some way. Stand your ground on that, okay? Because I feel like you will be in a really good position. You teach this person your healthy boundaries. So for example, if you've got someone, a co-worker at work, who sees your ideas and they try to take them as theirs, or they try to shoot you down and make sure that you are not someone who is more successful than them, just hold your ground. Don't let this person knock your confidence, okay? That's just showing up briefly there. Could be some underhanded play there. So just watch out for that. But I feel actually it dissolves and you are in a better position and you are victorious in this situation. But just don't let this person intimidate you is what I'm seeing here, okay? We do have the King of Swords. So if you're looking for a leadership position or to get a promotion or raise in some way, there's definitely a new position available to you. And I feel you'll have more responsibility. But I feel like you have to be a little bit more organized in this position as well, but it will bring more money. Okay, there's lots of money attached to this. I also see you getting really clear about your finances. I see this energy of preparation, like almost like you are researching something to be prepared for change. And I see you putting yourself in a really good position to weather any changes that occur on a personal or on a global scale, because I feel like you are in between the two worlds right now, my beautiful Pisces, where you are making an effort in your own private life, but also you're very aware of the world at large. And I feel like you're making changes that will benefit you and your family long term is what I see here, okay? You're someone who's very intelligent, and I feel spoken word, or giving up a presentation, or taking an exam, that will really work well for you this month. King of Swords is really having intellectual authority, being very logical about something, and searching for the truth, thinking or strategizing on something before you act on it, and building a solid foundation. And it will affect not just your present but your future as well. I feel like you're really a pro at what you do. You're in command of your situation. And if you have any worries, I feel like you will see that there's nothing to worry about long term. Okay. Now with the Ten of Pentacles and the Courage card, I definitely get a sense here of you looking at the home space right at the end of the month, building your home as your sanctuary. I'm seeing someone doing some assembling of furniture right now. Maybe it's DIY. I'm seeing that in the water. It could be upcycling. Some of you may be restructuring your home space, or even thinking about setting up a business from home. I'm really getting a sense of, you grounding yourself this month, focusing on your personal power, gaining more confidence in whatever it is you are doing or trying to accomplish. Now the Strength card, I'm getting a real sense that you've been very patient. You're someone who's very compassionate, and you've been overcoming a lot of obstacles. It's almost like you've been quietly struggling with something, and you've just been getting by. But I feel like you're going to get a major sign from the universe this month to let you know that you will be rewarded for all the difficulties that you've been going through and all the hard work that you've been implementing in your life. But I feel that you're getting really a bit of a bird's eye view of your life, where you're right now checking in with where you are and thinking about where you want to go and what you need to do in order to get to the next level, because I do feel like you're going to the next level. You're turning your back on the past is what they're giving me as well. Cutting out anything that's negative for you, whether that's food, substances, people, situations, even worrying about situations. I really feel like you're trying to streamline your energy so that you create a calmer environment for yourself long term. Some of you may also be thinking about real estate, purchasing, or saving for real estate. I definitely see that you'll be able to, purchase something perhaps bigger than you expected with the money that you have. Also, I feel like you're looking at your friendships this month as well, and who's loyal, who supports you, and who perhaps does not have your best interests at heart. And if you think that they've overstayed their welcome in your life a little bit too long, I feel like you're taking a step away from that, or not giving that person or that situation as much of your energy. Now, for those of you who have lost someone dear to them, you may not want to think about this, but you may have to go through some paperwork, some administrative tasks regarding inheritance. You'd rather have the person, I can see that for sure, but you may have to deal with things that come along with bereavement, and it's really difficult to detach yourself from the energy, but I do see you being able to find the courage within yourself to detach yourself from those emotions in order to be a little bit more business-minded, so that you can focus on the task at hand, okay? Again, I'm sending you a huge amount of hugs there, because I know it's very, very difficult. In general, my beautiful Pisceans, I see an overall energy of being very organized, bringing more wealth into your life, and building a legacy, because I feel like you're thinking about your legacy in general. you know, the name that you make for yourself, the investment that you put into your life and what you get out of it, and your savings plans, your pensions. So I definitely see that you are looking at your path and how you invest, whether it is worth it, the effort that you're putting into things. I see some of you wanting to set up a new project or get something new off the ground. You'll put a lot of energy to that this month, and I feel like you will make the changes necessary, and it's almost like you're putting your plans in motion, and as soon as you do that, you're going to see how successful you are, and you may even wish that you had done it sooner. Okay, some of you may be thinking about writing a book, or you are a writer in some way, and there's an idea that's been whispering to you for quite some time, and it's been almost like saying, write me, write, you know, express what it is you need to express. So whatever that is that's been sitting on your shoulder to create, definitely July is the month to get started on that, and it will change your life immeasurably, is what they're showing me. There's like a window of opportunity being gifted to you this month. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Your reading is very complex. I feel the majority of the energy is really about thinking about your place in the world, your bigger picture, the goals that you're connecting to, what the universe has in store for you, and how to make the changes necessary to make you financially secure. I mean, they are big themes, but yeah, I get a sense of like new starts or new projects, or researching or investigating some new way of doing something so you can adapt and bring more fun, more freedom, more money into your life. So we've got Rose. Now there's a bit of a theme also running through your reading. Like if you think about rainbows, for example, it's like sun and rain. So pleasure and pain. And then you've got the rose, which is like sweet reward, but it's also got thorns. So again, it's like something beautiful is painful, or something, you know, that you really want to connect to, that you love, is in some way difficult or painful, and I feel like you will triumph over those difficulties long term. It says financial relief, being content and loving care, supportive role, job security, and growing. So very positive energy coming through. Yes, there may be an undercurrent of difficulty, or you're researching something that's perhaps making you feel a little bit nervous or worried, but whenever we're about to make changes in our life, and we really care about the changes, we get a little bit nervous. We get a little bit worried. What if we get defeated? What if it doesn't work out? But what if you fly? What if you're successful? What if you are more successful than you could ever imagine? So taking that leap of faith is required, because if you stay where you are, you're going to remain stuck in the same energy. You're going to remain stagnant. And the universe wants you to thrive, wants you to take that leap of faith. So with the King of Swords, I can see that you're not just, you know, taking a risk, you're calculating that risk. You're someone who is weighing up your options. You're thinking before you act. So you're in a really good position. We've got eggs, starting over, saving up, resources, nest egg, healthcare, new opportunities, and insurance. So again, I picked up in that in your reading about being able to save a little bit more, and perhaps even, you know, starting a new project or a new position, or even starting up in a new neighborhood. But I feel it's a fresh new start, and it makes you quite excited. And we've also got anchor, which is really about where you belong, or where you feel you belong right now, grounding yourself in some way. It says money blocks, being stuck, financially sound, water-related, travel, stable for now. So again, if you've had any difficulties financially, or you've been feeling very stuck, I feel that there is movement for you, and you end up in a place of security and stability. Also, some of you may be, you know, trying to ground your emotions and have more control over your emotions. You're a wonderful, sensitive soul, my beautiful Pisces. So never change for anybody, but you may feel that sometimes there is a need to be a little bit more detached from your emotions in order to be really organized or see things clearly, so that you can get like a balanced overview on things before you make a decision. It's almost like being impartial is very important, so that you can be rational about your circumstances. Now we also have mushroom there, recycle. Oh, I saw someone in the water, like upcycling. So that definitely connects to the card, doing some assembly of furniture. It says, sorry, I'll start again. What's old is new again. Back to work, old job, new angle, refurbish, resale. So lots of second chances for you this month as well. Also, mushrooms, you know, they thrive and grow in the dark. So if you've been going through a very difficult patch, it means you're in a period of growth and that you are in a really good position to expand and grow into a situation that will be very beneficial long term. We have Phoenix rising from the ashes. So again, it indicates that you have been going through a period of struggle, or something has been difficult for you, but you will overcome it. It says, rising from the ashes, new career, ambition, rebuild, inspire, spotlight, and fire within. The main energy I get from your reading is rediscovering your passion or your lust for life, because you may have been feeling a little bit lethargic or low energy, or even low vitality, feeling like not really interested in the things that perhaps you once were. And I really get a sense that you're rediscovering that passion this month, and you have this unstoppable quench or thirst for new experiences and spontaneity and fun. We have that open window, okay? And it says golden opportunity, clarity, guidance, spiritual calling, and synchronicity. Remember the numerical synchronicity 0808, very important for you. And also you may even hear that song that came up there about the holiday. If you hear that song, it could mean that you're about to, well, it's financial news is what they're giving me. Even though the song is about a holiday, really bizarre, they're giving me financial news. So some really good financial news is coming your way after hearing that song. So listen out for it. It's a very rare song to hear. So when you hear it, it's really meant for you. It's a signpost, okay? And we've also got new heights. But as you can see there, it's like a ram. So the ram is there, something you've been perhaps banging your head against a brick wall trying to achieve, or something you've been fighting for. Suddenly you have a breakthrough on it. It says ladder of success, steady climb, solid ground, endure, exceeding expectations. And I picked up in that up in your reading where you do exceed those expectations. You're going to be really proud of yourself at the efforts that you've put in. And I feel any new start is actually a breath of fresh air in your world. Even if it's like picking up a new hobby or even picking up a new approach, I definitely see that you are in a period of expansion and exploration this month. And it's very exciting because it could go in any direction, but you're in control of the changes, okay? So I'm just going to go and get some trinkets before we close. We have the turtle. So the turtle represents slow and steady wins the race, but also the shell there indicates that, you can make progress, and when you feel it's time to seek sanctuary, you are safe and secure in that shell. But I really feel this month is more about coming out of your shell in order to make progress. And I definitely see that progress will be yours. Okay. Now, they're just giving me one more thing before I go. Okay, they're giving me a question. Ask yourself, what can you do to inch closer to what you want? This is a big theme this month for you. What can you do to inch closer to what you want? So that's the final thing that they've given me there. So I'll leave it like that. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces, and love and light.